Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. This is the Jungle Podcast. Brian Trin here. Today I got with me Daniel Khan and Chris Lynch. Daniel, would you like to introduce the topic for today?
Yeah, so I wanted to actually talk about the vaccine today, what kind of our thoughts are on it. And, well, actually, first and foremost, are you guys going to take it?
Hell no. I ain't taking that shit.
Why?
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I've never taken the flu shot in like 10 years. I've been here in the States.
Yo, he's contagious. Back up.
Nah. But like, that ass, like, I haven't gotten the flu shot in like the 10 years I've been here in the States. I think 11 now. And I've never gotten the flu. So, yeah.
I, on the other hand, will be taking it. Because, like, I used to take the flu shot, but then, like, over time, like, I just stopped, kind of. And so, but yeah, I think with this, since it is such a new virus, I feel like it's just something we should cautiously do.
What about you, Brian?
I feel like most definitely, if not voluntarily, it's going to be mandatory. So, at some point, everyone's
like,
going to
my thing with the vaccine is like, if you really need to take it, you should take it. For example, healthcare workers need to take it since you are with the proximity of the virus. If you're a health risk, if you have really big health risk, like you have like diabetes, blood clots, anything of that sort, you need to take it. And old people should take it. But young people, who I'm pretty sure, they're fuzzy about it, I don't think they need to take it.
Now, do you think it should be in that order? Like, how should it be prioritized? Because I know right now, like you mentioned before, Governor Cuomo wanted to do something with that.
Yeah, he wanted to like maybe like release it to black people or something like that, like release it to the minorities or like the poor people, which is mostly black people. And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if you want to do that. But I feel like people who are just close to the virus or interacting with the virus or just going out of their way to go out to like clubs or like restaurants, like
just not being cautious.
Just not being cautious. They should take the vaccine. Like, I feel like they should.
But I mean, like, do you think that should be prioritized over people?
I feel like people with high risk, like really high risk, like
or stay at home and stuff.
They should stay at home and take the vaccine. Hopefully, then the old people, and then those people who are getting
out there
with the vaccine.
So I don't know if you guys know, but it's actually being delivered in separate doses. So
do you know how many?
I want to say like 2, but that's as far as I know right now. And like, yeah, obviously being with that, I know that some people are actually still hesitant because they're like, oh, like the vaccine was rushed and all that kind of stuff. Do you guys think that at all? Do you guys think it was rushed?
I mean, it needed to be rushed.
Yeah,
like, it needed to be.
Like, obviously, this thing was a pandemic by March, right?
Mm-hmm.
When did the first vaccine start, like, being passed through the FDA circles?
I mean,
it's like back in the fall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that? 6 months?
No, it was like more like 8 or 9.
8 or 9
that it took.
So within a time span of a year, but. Do you know how long it usually takes for other vaccines?
Yeah, it usually takes like way longer than this. They fast track the vaccine.
Right.
So actually I was talking to someone at work one time and she was like studying pharmacy and whatnot. And she like kind of broke everything down for me. And she was saying how, like vaccines typically, they take a long time to be introduced and like tested through and everything like that. But that's also mainly because like, either A, people aren't really doing their jobs as fast as they should, and like B, it's like the amount of volunteers that they have, it takes really long to like get a bunch of volunteers. But with this, since it was a pandemic, everyone was just kind of like rushing towards it.
Yeah.
I had heard also that because this COVID is technically a variant of SARS, the SARS virus from back in 2003 and 4, they already have like the basis for how the vaccine should have been delivered.
I mean, I
don't know what's the veracity on that. So
I think with it being rushed, I can see why it creates such a hesitancy like among people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I would like to believe that a federal agency would not pass something that they deem to be unsafe to the general population.
Yeah, I believe
Hopefully.
that. Yeah. And the thing is, like, again, if you want to take it, you should take it. It's just a personal choice for me in the sense of, like, I've taken every vaccine. I'm pro-vaccine. The only problem for me is, like, I'm not out here dealing with, you know, people with COVID, or like I'm going out to restaurants and I don't even have any big health risk, and I'm young too. So that's kind of like where my situation or my view is coming from in that sense, because we really don't know what the vaccine does in the long term. Like other vaccines, we know what they do in the long term. For this one, we don't know, and we don't know how COVID reacts to it.
That is true.
So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. If I can avoid the vaccine, then I'll avoid it. But for example, if I have to do a job where I have to go into the office, obviously I'll take the vaccine.
It'll be mandatory most of the time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of just wanted to, like, on like a last note type deal, wanted to ask you guys about, with the vaccine coming out and everything, and now apparently there is a new strain of COVID that hit the UK, and apparently now it's in a few states. Like I know New York has some case of it, Pennsylvania. So I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. Do we think it's going to be more dangerous? What do you think's really going to be?
It's going to be more dangerous. I think like any virus, it will develop, it will become resistant to the vaccines and the treatments that we already have for it. So it's obviously going to be more dangerous. People are dying. Like I'm pretty sure UK is in a lockdown right now, or they're doing a lockdown.
Yeah.
We might have to go into a lockdown again if we cannot control this new.
Do you think people can handle another lockdown though?
Oh no, the economy.
Yeah.
It's not the people. It's the economy cannot handle another lockdown.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I like if I was like in the higher ups, I know it's hard. I'll try to mitigate everything. Like people with high risk, people who are old age, people who are entangled with the virus should take the vaccine. People who are not high risk, they should.
I mean, I don't think like, because like there's certain like people, right, that aren't high risk, but they work in an environment where they are interacting with a lot of people.
Exactly.
Like retail, for example.
Yeah, exactly. You should take the virus too then. So my thing is like just make smart decisions. Don't close the economy. Don't close each single state, because like our economy is just gonna completely crash.
No, I definitely do think that is 100% correct. But like in addition to that,
and like, you mean, I don't know, bro, because here's the thing, right? Like with this new strain and everything, obviously, of course, it's going to be more aggressive. It's going to be able to be, it's definitely a modified version. Have you guys ever played the game Plague?
Yeah.
I kind of think of it like that.
Yeah.
It's just like adapting, and like we don't really know what's happening.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, we can't keep trying to like catch up to every single new variant that like comes out. At some point, like there has to be just like a permanent solution. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, just don't close it because there's a new virus or a new strain of the COVID. Like, you just need to try to keep things open and as safe as possible for everyone.
That would also require people coming to accept that like this is our lifestyle now.
A new normal. Yeah, definitely. And it's not a bad new normal. We just have to be careful. For example, get tested. Like, you can hang out with friends. Just make sure you protect yourself. You get tested. Try to have as many things outside as possible. Try to keep the friend group as smaller as possible. Like, try to keep things in a moderate way, essentially. Just don't go out with like 30, 50 people, have
Nothing
a party.
Nothing
in excess. And you should be fine. People should be fine. It's just people are trying to get back to that regular lifestyle where we had like house parties with 100 people. We used to go out to restaurants with no
people
mask.
have to adjust to that.
They just have to adjust it to a more safe but still fun way to enjoy, even we're in a pandemic.
Definitely a cultural shift with this pandemic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I think having said all that, like it was really interesting to obviously hear your guys' thoughts on it, because I was kind of thinking of it in a sense of like, similar. Like the whole economy is going to be like maybe shutting down, all that kind of stuff. People might lose their jobs again, which is a whole nother issue.
People are losing their jobs. Not losing like, again, they're losing their jobs. Like people are still losing their jobs.
It's just a lot of stuff happening with this new COVID strain and even the existing one already. So kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed, maybe some people.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for kind of like those like young adults, like kind of our age, maybe even younger, who are out here impatient and
take this time to really discover who you are so you're not wasting more time when you could be living.
Yeah, like don't take it as an excuse not to go to the gym.
Don't bum out.
Yeah, don't bum out. Wake up early. Get your grind on. Like hustle.
Prioritize the right things in life.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
All right, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you guys for joining us again on this episode of the Jungle Podcast. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.